Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to A Hat in Time. So, we did the first chapter of the Seal the Deal DLC that is the Chapter 6 part of the Seal the Deal DLC. The other part of the Seal the Deal DLC is doing the Devil Deals, of which you have to do the most difficult one before, probably the most difficult level, in a even more difficult state than originally of the entire game. From the looks at the load in of this cutscene, which took too long, it seems like we are just going to run around this level once again. The ship is big, but I guess best described as a big collection of big rooms.
Hi, miss. How can I help you? Oh? There's something you want in the lost and found?
And we have to listen to these cutesy voiced actor seals.
The captain lets us pick something from it if we work very, very hard. Maybe you could help. But you'd have to ask him nicely. Just follow the mess to his room.
So, first of all, not legal. It's not legal and reasonable to be giving things out of a lost and found. That's not what a lost and found is for. Now, most businesses have some local jurisdiction requirement to hold on to lost items for a reasonable amount of time, but often the phrase reasonable becomes pretty subjective. I am not going anywhere close to the right direction. And now I'm stuck behind this door. Six weeks is probably a good amount of time to hold something in lost and found, and then after that point you are best as a business to donate everything you have to like a goodwill charity, something that will very little to no questions asked accept everything you give them, and then very possibly throw away anything that has no real resale value. Now, goodwill in itself is something that the Goodwill resale stores is something that pretends to be a charity a lot more than it actually is a charity. They have a long history of really just kind of ripping off people who are shopping at their stores and ripping off their employees by hiring mentally disabled employees and then getting special dispensations to underpay those mentally disabled employees. And there's a certain argument that's made often that, well, they can't get a job anywhere else and it gives them something to do to keep them out of just hanging around their houses, but that's a really poor and pathetic argument to make, to say, well, nobody else will hire mentally disabled people, therefore it's okay to mistreat them and underpay them. Can we still do the smooches? Yes, we can. Interesting. We found out in the last level we can do that.
Sure. Maybe something will get done around this mess of a boat for once. It'd be a first. Alright, you'll need to deliver drinks, some food, and a few other things. And do it quickly, pup. Oh, and there are some other jobs that'll need doing, so pay attention. Are you ready to start? Good. You can start by getting rid of some of these boxes for me. It's starting to get messy in here.
So, the general idea, I think, is that this is going to be an experiment. All the missions here are going to be experiments in particularly getting rid of not getting rid of things, but experimenting with less single thought challenges. We have seen previously that there were challenges that were just get to one place or get to another point, and you would be at that point done. So get this plate, and then take the plate and put it in the oven. Seems like things are appearing after the fact, because that actually hurt me. And then take this out, and I guess we're just delivering food. They're getting back to the system in which standing on fire that has no purpose or reason to exist is hurting you. And I'm still definitely not a fan of these cutesy seal characters. Like, it feels like a voice actor thought that was going to be funny and didn't give it full consideration. Because that's kind of what this needs. Is if you had thought it all the way through, having cutesy characters I just picked up one of the kids. If one of the guys if one of the seals talked really cutesy and kid-like, maybe then you could have all the other seals have a counterbalance to that, or talk normal and just ask why that one always talks so weirdly, or you introduce the first seal that you ever talk to is like as a character has a speech impediment, and then all the other seals make fun of him for that. At least then these seals would be individualized instead of what they are right now, which is just clones, carbon copies of each other. So it seems like I've picked up some batteries and a toolbox and a kid. And I think it probably is wiser just to keep on jumping around. Where's this? It says 21 meters that direction. I think I just dropped something. Why did I drop something? And I just lost another thing. So either there's a certain amount of time you have to do certain things, or you have to be very careful. Is the indicator that is in the lower right, is that an indicator of a time requirement, or is that an indicator of something else? Yeah, this feels like we're just going in circles. Now this would be incredibly frustrating if in the end I failed and had to start this whole level again. Already it's asking too much. The first challenge had us doing 11 pieces for a timepiece. So then the next mission having us do 18 separate actions is not realistic. This guy tripped me. We still have 11 actions we need to do. That's way too much. Why not break this into 2 or 3 levels? Why not have half of these levels appear in different areas? I would be rather happy to have more content in the previous gameplay section over like the previous chapters, over just having to fight through the same kind of boring layout. Let's be honest. It's not great by any means. So there's a box here. There's a box here. I don't know if maybe these are repeated levels, or if this is just they're just gonna constantly spawn. Because now I've thrown away 3 boxes. You would think that would be all there was to do as far as boxes are concerned. Then it wants me to walk this way. Why did the rest of the game not have this ability, by the way? Like, this is the first time in DLZ, this is the first time we've had anything point us in any direction as far as this is the way to go. Alright, I'm gonna try to not die here. This is very possibly the batteries that we were supposed to get earlier. This path is one of the worst in this level because you have to double jump. Okay. And then up here we go. And then onto the trees. And then up here and over here and swing and then dash and make sure we got all of that. I dropped something that I don't know if I had that thing. Seriously, you want me to go back down? And the guy's yelling at me.
You can stop now, pup. Come back to control, I guess.
So either I failed miserably and they're just gonna start me over again, or they're just gonna give it to me.
Just like the seals. That's no good. You just made more of a mess, pup. Try again. Or don't. Whatever.
Alright, so I instantly hate this.
Alright. Oh, and there are some other jobs that will come back. What's that, pup? Alright. Oh, and there are some good.
So, like, there's no more boxes to pick up right now. over here is something that's 20 meters away. Here's a kid. And then down this way is 30 meters. So you gotta just rush this. Like, from the looks of it. I don't know if the game is gonna be more generous or less generous. Or maybe it's just gonna be as cruel as possible. But the last thing I want here is to, well, first of all, be in a slow elevator, but the last thing I want is have to run around and do this same challenge multiple times, which is exactly what this is asking of me. Alright. I have no idea where anything else is, so we're gonna have to just kind of run around and hope we know where we're going and we know what we're doing, which we probably don't. These aren't a collection of things you can choose. I don't think it just continuously happens, because if I could just sit here and do the same puzzle over and over again and deliver food, and that would get 18 out of 18 tasks done, that would be fine. Yep. Now they want me to go this way. There's not an easy way to get up over on this side. You have to kind of make it all the way over here and then climb up on this. Okay, where is this? Okay, what do we do with him? There's something over here to also pick up. That's another quest done. And then we'll run over here. Like, honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I want to bother with this. Like,
you're feeling lucky, kid.
If this takes more than an hour to do this challenge, and if I fail a couple times, that's... I think that would just be a fine point for me to decide to just not do this level. And instead focus on something else. Or move on to a different level. I'm sticking against the wall in some awkward fashion. I shouldn't be able to. What does this want me to do? Nothing in this area. It wants me to bring him over here. And then these piles of laundry. Do they want me to... I could speed this up with the little scooter, but this isn't even really a good place to use the scooter. How am I supposed to get higher? I need a way higher. How can I get higher? I guess. But that doesn't get me high enough. So I think they want me to get to the top of the ship, and I don't know how to get there from where I am. Guess maybe this direction? Alright, they screwed that up. So let's ask this question. If we go back here now, are those back? No. So those opportunities are gone. So does it just randomly spawn more opportunities, or are we doomed? And why would the game let me waste my time if I was doomed? There's no boxes here. How do you get out of this place and back to the top of the ship? It's super complicated. This is way more difficult than it should be to get around. Alright. See, now he's getting mad at me, and I haven't been able to. I can't do anything. I'm doomed. Is there possibly some other, like, could I finish maybe one task and then buy myself some time? Like, or is there something more to this? Like, no, that didn't buy me any time back. Well, I absolutely hate this. This is awful. This is worse than the lava level. Not because I have to struggle quite as much getting from point A to point B, but I still am struggling quite a bit with that. But because this is just not fun, it's not really fair. It's really, really demanding. Let's just see if we can go talk to the guy. Ask for more time. Alright. What badge is useless right now? I guess that is. Like, I didn't... Unless you're just supposed to get more than half. Like, that would be my only thought, is if they were going to be really generous and say 10 out of 18.
You can stop now, pup. Come back to control, I guess.
Hello?
Just like the seals. That's no...
Alright, well, this is just awful.
What's that, pup? Alright. Oh, and there's good.
This is worse than the boss fights. I mean, sure. I can try and speed up with the dash a little bit. But that's kind of all I can do. And then, since this changes every time, you really don't know where you're going. So there's not really a speedrun strategy here, which I feel like a game like this should probably have a speedrun strategy. Is there anything else possibly that is hidden around in this area? Let's see. Ouch. I feel like I dropped some things, though. It's another kid that needs to be delivered to the child care section. Yeah, these guys just pop up and where they're going is randomized. Which this wouldn't have been a problem if they had, for instance, just given you 6 or 7 challenges to do, but there's a massive amount of stuff that is either popping up because of timing or popping up because of randomness. Let's see. This guy's just taking me every wrong direction. Let's see. There's a door over here we can take. Is there possibly any more things to collect up here? No. So is it because I'm failing the missions? Is that the problem? That I need to not fail the missions? Or is it something different? There's the cooking cat. So it might be that you just can't get too distracted in these challenges. That might be it. But yeah, this isn't a good system by any means. We shouldn't be able to screw this up this badly. We're gonna have to take this elevator, which the elevator seems like it slows things down way too much. feels a lot like the boss fights. Asking way too much. Particularly if this is supposed to be a kid's game. If you buy into any of that as a concept, like this falls apart completely. Because nobody's gonna be able to do this. I don't know, maybe I can get really lucky. And we haven't screwed up too much yet. So maybe I can find one more thing to do and at least I would be halfway done. So if you only had to get half of them done, that's fine. Let's see. Or maybe if I just don't screw up and don't drop the ball anymore, then the timing will just keep going. So where does this go? It wants me to take whatever is in my hand in a general direction.
You're feeling lucky, kid.
Which we haven't been going in this direction very much. Batteries. We saw these batteries. I'm not sure we ever figured out where they go. Seriously, you want me to go up higher? That was another failed attempt. Is there anything more to do over here? The timer is creeping upward. I don't know if maybe this is just a distance factor also. Like I might just be going in the wrong directions, and because I'm going in the wrong directions, that might be part of the problem.
Please pass these plain, uncoded messages along for me. Thank you for these ordinary letters, fellow passenger.
Let's get a couple hearts. And so he wants... Oh, that was a reset. Automatic. Let's not die by screwing up jumps. Although this does seem like it thinks... Oh, seriously? I don't think I can make it up here. I'm rushed in an unhealthy way, and alright, this is absolute garbage. This is rage quit inducing, and it's just gonna start the whole thing over again. Forget that. Absolutely forget it. Save and return to the hub. So with this level, I think we are forced to be done with all of that DLC. Like, because I don't think it's going to unlock any of the other DLC, any of the other chapters, until you... Yeah. You can't do any of the other chapters. My only hope would be if I could jump into this time rift, and maybe then that would unlock the next act. But no, it's a completely linear process, doing a 180 compared to Mario 64. I don't know, maybe there were some paintings in Mario 64 where you had to beat something before you unlock something else, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that the first store you go into in every single painting in Mario 64 had that opportunity, if you had played the game before, to make a choice and get a different star. And once you had a different star, you could jump back in the game and get something completely different.
Ready to sail?
That's just totally not what's happening here. We're looking for the time rift, which should be somewhere around here. There it is. So yeah, incredibly frustrating. I really don't even want to do this time rift. I think we're just gonna move over to DLC. Like, I'm in a very bad position mentally now because I am unhappy with the fact that I paid quite a premium. Like, I did not really wait for this game to be on sale. We're underwater, by the way, which seems to have no effect. Oxygen in space and oxygen in water. Let's see, these guys do hurt me. Just figured that was worth testing. Right. Are these crabs something that I need to concern myself with? No. So not only did I pay a bit of a premium for this game in the first place, I paid the extra premium of making sure I owned the DLC. And what have I gotten for that? I've gotten a level that I cannot beat without being frustrated. So there's no entertainment or enjoyment there. Wow, I don't think I can do this either. I'm on tilt. I know I am, but some of those jumps do feel kind of difficult. They want me to jump and then get on this platform, which is slightly too high. So they want something like this. So then I do this. So I run right into the and if I want to collect this, I fall to my death. Hey, do I have enough pawns? No, I don't, because I haven't collected a single one yet. So we have over there, and over there are 3, which I guess these have always been kind of designed in such a way that to make it easier on the player, so you could skip some of the pawns. Alright. But I can't do that. I can't do that right now. I can't even care to do it. Alright, so where does that put us? It puts us back at the hub, and this entire bit of DLC is just undoable. It's too difficult, it's frustrating. It's odd that it is also the chapter 5 bit of DLC that's difficult when the Nyankusa challenges seemed like they were a little bit easier. Yeah. Yeah. There's probably 3 or 4 acts here that I'm just never gonna bother to do. And this is a very sharp turn. This really wasn't the way it was going before. Up until this point, I was feeling like this game was alright, but not particularly great. It has some glitches in its loading, clearly, and then it stutters and locks up. It has some bad, just production decisions in it, in general.
Look at some hospital.
Like, let's see. I don't think that's gonna help much. So I was thinking, let's just see if we can accomplish this challenge. Without completely dying. Alright. So the last thing I did, last time when I did this, I was just gotta get the that's one down. Is there not another faucet over here?
Hey kid, I think there's some ice cream over there. Oops, it melted.
Well, that's not gonna be appreciated by me, certainly, to have the ghost character antagonize me the whole time. What just happened? Oh, I get hotter and hotter, don't I? So not only do you have to struggle to do the level, you have to get in water rather frequently. And I imagine that there's a challenge around here that involves not taking any damage. So, yeah, this sucks. I mean, I don't know how you put it any other way. They found a way to make the worst level in the game even worse by putting a frustrating timer on it. Which then makes it a lot more difficult to potentially succeed here. And it's not like the game ever gave you a good system to increase your health any. So you only have 4 health. That seems like a very consistent decision that they made.
Getting too warm, kid. I'm sure there's someone who can cool you off.
Like, there's probably also a bonus for jumping in all of the water barrels, which probably still requires you to actually finish the level. And let me just speculate that let's see if we can carefully align ourselves. Alright, that got me where I needed to go, but not exactly far enough or fast enough.
I can smell something burning. These are my forest.
This water, by the way, doesn't count. So one hit there, and I'm nowhere near. One hit there, and I'm still nowhere near a water source. One hit there, and I'm still nowhere near a water source. This seems slightly more doable than the 18 challenges of the ship mission that we just did. Slightly more doable, but that's kind of all I'm willing to say on that. Is it's still super frustrating and unnecessary, just straight up cruel. I mean, I don't know how you put it any other way. That I've complained throughout the entirety of this game series that this game did not feel like it was for kids. Seeing this content, this doesn't feel like this is even for really hardcore gamers at so much. It seems like they're pandering directly to people who at best probably have played Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine way too much. So is this guy gonna antagonize me in every single level? I think he probably will, which I wouldn't really be happy about that. So I need to kind of immediately find a new water source where I can set myself up, and if I can get some health, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. Okay. The faucet, which looks like it might be the last faucet, and in all fairness, it does seem like there may be fewer faucets involved this time than there were in the first instance of this. Alright, we did it. Okay. But as far as a bonus is concerned, I still can't. I still have to kind of avoid the heat. I still probably need to get into a water source. And I still need to get up to a location that I'm not particularly close to. Yeah, if there was some timer element here, this would be helpful. I don't.
Must be hard to think straight in all that heat. There's no shame in giving up.
By the way, we still don't have the 800 pawns necessary to buy that last badge, but I can see where it would be useful at the moment if I was just going to use it to if I was going to use it just to shut up and mumble that character. So I didn't get either bonuses, so I don't know if that was a bonus for time and a bonus for using all the water sources, or if it was a bonus for not using any of the water sources and beating the level really, really fast. That would be insane. They're pointing me in the general direction, although they reloaded me over here. Well, it's a little bit more reasonable now if but I don't really know if it's any better. Let's see. Let's go to this. Go down to the Death Wish. So we can't go here for some reason. We can't go here for some reason. We can go here. But we would need 2 of the 114 stickers to unlock anything. So this is incredibly linear. So I would have to... Don't get too hot, don't cool down more than 2 times. And it says claim reward. So this is a nightmare scenario though. You can't do this until you have 2, which means you'd have to go back and do this again or do this thing. You can't do this until you have 4, which probably means you have to be able to do some of these. And then this is just going to keep on happening. And I'm not sure that there really are that many levels. Maybe 2 or 3 for each area. Kill 10 alpine pompous crows without getting bullied. Kill every type of enemy. Kill 5 mafia. Okay.
Well done, kiddo. You can light a candle. I'm real impressed. You can complete these contracts in any act. Some acts might be more suitable than others, so go take your pick. What are you waiting for? Go on, shoot.
Alright, well then the lit candle contracts, let's see. Kill 5 mafia without getting punched would be Act 1, Chapter 1, wouldn't it? Kill 10 alpine pompous crows without getting bullied would probably be a much different chapter, and then kill every type of enemy, of which there apparently are only 12 in the game. That's interesting. And there's no other candles to enable. So maybe if this was unlocked at the very beginning of the game, and it wasn't, remember, you had to have finished all of this chapter, which is chapter 3, before any of this was unlocked. That would have been a lot better. But I literally can't do anything more, so I have no intention and no desire to struggle through the Seal the Deal DLC. It's terrible DLC. Really, really bad. You're better off not buying that DLC. It's that bad. Yeah, and see, now we have a candle enabled. But what didn't change here is we didn't unlock a new place. So we're still stuck at that same terrible level. Which then kind of puts us in a position where probably next recording we're going to be done. Depending. Like, the big depending here will come down. There should have been a lot more of these around the ship, by the way, too. The fact that there's only 2 seems very odd. There should have been 1 for at least each chapter, which would have been 5 before even the DLC got added. So what we're going to be looking for here is with chapter 7 here, we're going to try and do free roam and get to a finale, which I guess there really is a finale in this DLC that they're making obvious, whereas chapter 6 doesn't even have the finale icon enabled. There really is only about 3 free roam areas in the entire game. Let's see. That's not a ball? It is a ball. It's just a ball that you can't pick up. Interesting. Frustrating. What can I say? To make such a sharp shift just because of one level being completely not balanced and probably not quality tested properly is just really, really frustrating. We very possibly may finish the game before I even remember to use these Rift tokens, because we're going to be doing the Nankuza Metro. I wouldn't be surprised if there's several more stars that could be collected, and I may very well use the pawns to buy more outfits, because there is that Nankuza outfits and weapons, which might be the only time we actually get an opportunity to buy that. There's also food combos. This will be the first time we actually do this. In the next recording, it'll be the first time I actually do the Nankuza Metro also, and you'll be able to hear me, because that was in the middle of those 3 episodes where dialogue, my microphone was just not working. But yeah, very little progress was made today. Superficial progress is going to be made with this DLC. Let's just try to enjoy it somewhat, but yeah, they really made it so that A Hat in Time outlived its welcome with that last level. That was crazy, and just really, really stupid to put it right after a challenge where you had to do 11 actions to then give 18 actions as the next thing, because that only makes me assume that there are 25 actions in that timer in the 3rd level, and 32 actions in the next level, and 49 actions in the next level, if they're just adding 7 more things you need to do. And I really did do a 180. I liked the concept in general of finding fragments of a time crystal. That could have easily been something that they did in every chapter, and it would have been fine. Particularly if there was only like 5 fragments instead of moving up to 8 or 9. But then to have us do what are effectively fetch quests, that was just bad. I'm sorry, I can't get more descriptive at this point. That's going to be it for this recording. We've probably got 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 more episodes, and then we're going to be done. I ended the main story feeling a lot better than I feel like I'm going to feel by the time I'm done with this entire game. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.